God. Bang! 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 Joe Shane is having an absolute masterclass of a draft right now. And I know I've said that in years past. But I'm telling you right now, this is a masterclass of a draft. This is the best draft Joe Shane has ever concocted. I hated his first draft, right, in 2022. Everyone knows I hated that draft. 2023, I opened up to it because, you know, they had good value with their picks. 2024, very productive draft, right? A lot of these guys produced, even going down to Darius Muasau. But this draft so far is absolutely insane. Not only has it been I guess predictable by Giants fans, not in the fact that, oh, like, we know Joe Shane, we know who he's gonna pick, but they're also picks that we want them to make. You know, we're doing these mock drafts. We've been doing this for like at least 4 months now, doing our final mock drafts, looking at the best available players, taking a look at their top 30 visits, and concocting what would be their best draft. And man, pick after pick, even the Jackson Dart pick after pick has just been, I mean, bang after bang after bang. Let's go. The Giants, I mean, you guys already know who they selected. The Giants selected Marcus Mbow, the offensive lineman out of Purdue. Now, I guess you can say that the Giants got a first-round prospect in the 5th round. If you look at CBS's mock draft all the way back in a couple of months ago, CBS put out a mock draft of the Giants drafting Marcus Mbow with the 3rd overall pick. I kid you not. If I could find that screenshot for you guys, I will show it to you guys. But I kid you not, Marcus Mbow, 3rd overall. Yeah. But in the 5th round, 154th overall, the Giants select Marcus Mbow. This guy, a lot of people wanted him in the 4th round. Some people were getting mad at the Cam Scatterbo pick because they wanted Marcus Mbow that bad and they want offensive line help. But apparently, this is what we're hearing, and it looks like Dan Duggan also said this, where he's now hearing that Marcus Mbow had some injury concerns, causing him to fall a little bit. If you look at PFF's big board, Trevor Sikkema, I love Trevor Sikkema. He had Marcus Mbow as the 84th overall pick. I mean, 84th on his big board. So that's good value to get him at 154. Apparently, he has some injury concerns. The Giants had him in for a top 30 visit. That makes 5 out of the 5 picks the Giants had were top 30 visits. I said this in the Cam Scatterbo video. The Giants really, really prioritize guys that they spent time with and that they had visits with, that they got to know, guys that they're familiar with. I'm sure scouts have been all over them, especially if they brought them in for a visit. They prioritize spending time with these kids, with these players, and deciding whether to bring them in. And that also shows they have a good judge of character because they're bringing these guys in prior to even knowing them. So I'm extremely excited about it. If you guys don't know who Marcus Mbow is, I'm not going to act like I did a lot of film on him. I know of him. I've done maybe a game or 2 of him because he was listed as a top 30 visit. But from what I see of Marcus Mbow, very good developmental tackle. He's a guy you're going to be able to use along the offensive line. Now, he's not as versatile as like a Josh Azudu was coming out of college, but he's better. I think a better skill set. He's a slimmer frame, 6'5", 6'4", 300 pounds, 305, somewhere around there. The Giants announced him as a guard, which tells me that 1, he's going to have to beef up a bit, and 2, he's probably being looked at to start in that questionable spot of right guard where Greg Van Roten is now there. Greg Van Roten is very expendable. He's a guy that you can move on from pretty quickly, and if Marcus Mbow beats him out, then that's great. It looks like he's going to be in competition with that right guard spot. But if you watch Marcus Mbow, a little bit of the positives and negatives to him. Positives, he's a good mover. He fits the Giants scheme very well. Very good mover. The Giants run a lot of zone running schemes, a lot of zone blocking. He's going to be able to fit right into that, especially the versatility. The Giants have had injuries across the offensive line. He's very versatile. In 2022, he played a lot of guard. He played right guard. in 2022, and then 2023 and 2024 he was at right tackle for the Purdue Boilermakers. So he's going to be able to fit right into that right side of the offensive line, the most questionable part of the offensive line. He's going to be able to provide some help there. Some negatives I have of him, let me finish off with the positives first. I don't want to make it look like I'm just going to be steamrolling this guy, but remember, he's a 5th round guy. He's shown good ability to move. He's shown good ability to establish some leverage and seal off blocks. If you guys don't know what that is, kind of just, directing the traffic, directing where the defenders go, and opening up holes for the running back, or providing more time for the quarterback. He does a good job at that, like I said, because he's a very good mover. Some of the negatives I have of him is the power standpoint. I don't think that's going to be necessarily a problem, because if he bulks up, gets in that strength conditioning room, and he works out and tries to be an NFL guard, I don't think that's going to be a big problem at the NFL level. But handling power has been a little a bad part of him. Setting an anchor, being able to do that. Also, hands, with the hands, he tends to get his hands on the outside a lot, doesn't get them inside. That is very easily coachable. Just technique of being an NFL offensive lineman is something that they're going to learn, once they get to the NFL level. But hand usage is very good. He's very active with his hands. The problem is his positioning with the hands doesn't help him out with leverage at all. But once he gets moving and his momentum is going, he's able to direct defenders where he wants them to go. On top of that, his pad level, he's a little bit too, he stands up a little too tall. He doesn't win with leverage a lot because he plays too high. Pad level is very, very high. Doesn't have that good bend of the knees. He plays very straight up. But like I said, those are things that you can develop. Those are things that's going to be okay. His footwork is inconsistent as well. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But he's developmental. I don't have a problem with it at all. He's very talented. I see a lot of potential in him. So he's not going to be slated out to be a starter right away, which is good, but he could eventually be a starter in the NFL. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, Giants fans wanted him in the 4th round. They wound up getting him in the 5th. 5 out of 5 players were top 30 visits. So I'm super, super stoked about it. Shout out to Joe Schoen. I mean, he was on his way out the door. But I'll tell you right now, after the 2 draft classes that he had, he bought himself a lot of time. And I think with the Jackson Dart pick, with Brian Dable's guy, he bought himself some time as well. I said this from the beginning. I said I wouldn't lose any sleep if Joe Schoen got fired prior to this draft and going into the offseason. But I liked Brian Dable. I want these guys to work. You'll never see me being one of those Giants fans that are hoping these guys fail so they can get fired and we can move on to somebody else. That just takes too long. I want these guys to work out. I want them to prove me wrong. I want them to go out there and do the best that they can with the roster that Joe Schoen is given, and I want Joe Schoen to go out there and get the best guys available for this coaching staff to work with. And man, these 2 drafts, phenomenal. What we did in free agency, phenomenal. The Giants are coming back, man. The Giants are coming back. Everybody get excited. The Giants are coming back. But I will be here for the 2 7th round picks. I'm probably not going to know who they are. I didn't do that much research on a lot of these 7th round picks, so we'll see. Maybe it's a guy I know. Maybe it's a guy I don't know. But you will get my take on them anyway. So far, A+ draft from the New York Giants. I don't care about the Jackson Dart pick. A+ draft from the New York Giants. Let's go, baby. Let's go.